I'm seeing lots of videos about anime tropes, and most of them discuss the ones that nobody enjoys. And while there are a lot of those, like tsundere's yelling and over-exaggerated reactions, I wanted to discuss the ones that everybody likes. The kind of stuff that keeps us coming back to the same kind of shows. The stuff that breathes nostalgia and inspiration into our daily lives. The things my fellow otakus seek out when we're trying to find a good anime. One of the things that keeps me coming back to anime after watching all sorts of media is that nobody tells a hero's journey better. And in the hero's journey, a huge part of the success that the characters feel is the work that they put in. The belief in oneself, the desire to make something out of seemingly nothing, the toughness to get hit and keep fighting, the discipline to train like it's your last day on Earth even though nobody's watching and nobody cares, the indomitable human spirit that transcends the forces of evil, and the overwhelming positivity to achieve great things for yourself and for others. And while that spirit in anime inspires us, it also teaches us very important life lessons that guide our everyday existence. It turns us boys into men, it tells us to pick up our slack, to dig deep and change our fate by our own hand. Hard work is an art form in itself, most beautifully expressed by anime, and even though it's displayed the same across many series, and we see it time and time again, I can't help but feel inspired when watching one of these kids dream big and try hard for something most people don't have the courage or dedication to do, because stories like these are not your everyday person. They can't be found around every corner. These characters and series' uniqueness are etched in cinematic history because they convey some of the most iconic moments in fiction, and none of these iconic moments would be possible if these characters didn't try their utmost. One way that anime love to spice up the hard work is something called unrealisticness, because regular people cannot do 10,000 push-ups in a row, not even the strongest of them. But in anime, where the ceiling of a character's ability is exponentially higher than normal, it allows for some of the most motivating imagery ever displayed. Like watching Zoro lift these enormous plates, or watching Rock Lee do thousands of kicks. And when you combine an unrealistic thing like superpowers with an unrealistic ceiling of ability, it creates the most mind-bending, blood-pumping, sweat-inducing challenges you have ever seen. Now I know for a fact that everybody enjoys that one old motherfucker that is in every anime. I for one cannot think of one old guy that I don't like. These fellas can be identified by two main things. One is that they are wise, and two is that they are usually one of the strongest in their verse. Now I don't really care about how strong they are, it's really the wisdom part that I enjoy. Spoiler warning, during Marineford when the Whitebeard pirates attacked in order to retrieve Ace, there was a traitor on the Whitebeard pirate crew. This guy, Squard. Akainu, one of the three admirals of the Navy, gets Squard to betray the Whitebeard pirates by telling him that Ace is Goldie Roger's son. In the past, Goldie Roger killed Squard's whole crew. So Squard stabs Whitebeard in the chest. And what do you think Whitebeard does next? This absolute goat tells him that he loves him even though he's a fool, and he gives him a hug. Whitebeard says that the sins of the father are not that of the sons, and watching this scene I thought to myself, this is why the old heads exist, in order to correct these young whippersnappers that make fools of themselves. Now, I don't think there's anybody who wouldn't enjoy a character like that. I think we all know why I like the beach episodes. That's because all of the girls dress up in bikinis and their boobies jiggle when they run. If an anime girl were to come up to me with those voluptuous calcium cannons, I would totally ask her to fall. Then she would totally love me and it would be the best day ever. This is one of the main reasons why these episodes are so loved. We get to see the ladies in their revealing outfits. However, another reason that I like the beach episodes is because they're usually very fun. They usually involve the main cast frolicking up and down the shore and doing meaningless activities, because watching a shonen main cast interact in a slice-of-life sort of way is usually some of the funniest and memorable moments the show has to offer. Like when Team 7 wanted to find out what Kakashi looked like under his mask. Another reason the beach episode is always iconic is the shenanigans. Usually characters would spend most of the beach episode doing something like training or work. However, something that always finds its way into the viewer's eyes is the mischievous antics of the main characters. My favorite example of the shenanigans is in Hajime no Ippo, when the gang lights off some fireworks at the beach at night. They find a huge one that ends up being a dud, and so they start lighting the rest of the fireworks. Then, while they're watching the show, the gang has a super wholesome conversation about their dreams and goals, and then the dud finally starts shooting at them, and everybody runs away all funny, and it's little moments like these that make the beach episode a must-have. It happens at a point in the series where we just watched some super serious showdown and we need some nonsensical fun. Along with enormous mommy milkers jiggling all over the place, especially when they play volleyball. I just love it when girls play volleyball. I can hear supermassive tatas going boing, ding, ding. Not to be confused with old heads, senseis are guys that end up teaching characters new abilities and shit. For instance, Asuma, Gojo, Urahara, Yami. These guys are always awesome as fudge for multiple reasons. Firstly is because when their students are unable to do something, the sensei steps up and starts fluffing people up. They always have a level-headed demeanor and spit some serious heat whenever people act out of line. Like when Tanjiro and friends were on death's door, so Tengen broke out the ninja moves and started rapping to the sounds of ass whoopings he was giving. The second reason we love senseis is that they are sexy as shit. No bullshit. I don't think there is a single sensei you can find out there that doesn't have girls flocking to make thirst trap edits about them. It's honestly kind of concerning how little anime fans care about the show. I bet a good 30, maybe even 50% just watch for the big tatas on their screen. I mean, those guys are so weird. Like, who would even do that kind of shit? It's so immature. Dude, what is that stuff? No way, bro. There's no way that shit is me. I would never make something so immature and dumb. Nah, cut it. They wouldn't need me, dog. The comic relief provides for some of the funniest characters we have ever seen. Think of Polnareff, Shiraishi, Aoki, and Leorio. These guys are always ranking in the top 5 characters from their show for me. And it's because these characters don't take themselves seriously. That's why they're such great additions to the team. I loved watching Leorio fold his team's win for the chance at groping a shorty. I loved watching Polnareff get freaked out by this pig in a toilet. And what makes these guys even more lovable is that while they're funny most of the time, they have just as much conviction as the rest of their team. But they hide that stuff behind a smile, because they know that smiling is the best medicine for all of your pent-up emotions. It's like watching the class clown make everyone at school laugh, have a great time, provide the most thorough and organized set of stand-up comedy ever presented. They do all of that, and then they go home, sit in their room staring at a wall. Because they are the only ones capable of providing laughter, because their power is stronger than any super ability. The comic relief is an essential to every great anime cast, and shows that are lacking them are either seinen and are dark as frick, or they are complete ass. Now I know what you're thinking. Perverts? These guys are so gross. I hate the creepy things that they do. But hear me out for a second. A lot of the stuff they do is funny as hell. You can't even lie. Come on. Are you seeing what I'm seeing right now? Because this is quality entertainment. Even at times where they are pushing the boundaries of what is legal and what is not legal, you have to admit it provides for some serious entertainment. And in the off chance that you really don't like the pervy fellas, well, I have one thing to say to you. And that is that I don't give up. I was raised on Naruto. Naruto taught me everything. And the pervy sage taught Naruto everything. So I can't not have respect for this motherfucker. So in defense of all the pervy anime characters out there, yeah, you might do some freaky shit. Yeah, you might even do some illegal shit. And yeah, sometimes you do cross the line of funny and straight up sexual harassment. And yeah, other times it might be just straight up sexual harassment. But there is one thing that makes all of you stand in a league of your own, and that is determination. I've never seen somebody so willing to sacrifice their reputation for even the tiniest sniff of a girl. I've never seen somebody give so few fucks that they would marry a minor. And watching all this in front of me, I can't help but feel inspired. Maybe one day, I too can be one of these absolute riz goats.